Welcome to Module 6 in the RGA Gateway Conference Solution video tutorial series. This module will cover controlling conferences using RealView and DTMF keypad controls. The moderator has many commands available to them via DTMF. These commands are grouped by category. The first is administration. Common command is 25 pound. This will return a count of the number of attendees in the conference. The moderator can use 45 pound to lock the conference, which will allow no new attendees to join, and then can use 46 pound to reopen the conference to allow attendees to join. 66 pound mutes all active talkers except the moderator, then invoke the command. This is used if there's a noisy line and the moderator wants to discreetly mute that line. Lastly, the moderator can end the conference and disconnect all lines using *0#. The moderator has several options via DTMF command for muting in the conference. Moderator has the ability to self-mute himself using 11 pound, and unmute is 22 pound. Moderator can also self-mute all the participants using 16 pound. This may be used in a large conference where there's a variety of background noise. Moderator can self-mute all of the participants, and then as they need to speak, they can unmute themselves using 22 pound. Moderator doesn't want them to be able to unmute themselves, then 43 pound is used to moderator mute all participants. A moderator mute can only be removed by the moderator using a 44 pound. The moderator can control the recording using 41 pound to start the recording and 42 pound to stop the recording. On the reports page, each recording segment will show up as a number. If there is only one recording segment, it will be represented by the word listen. The system supports hand raising, which is started by the moderator either moderator muting, which is referred to as analyst mode in the documentation, or self-muting, which is referred to as classroom mode in the documentation, all the participants. Then, through the course of the moderator's presentation, participants can press 14 pound to raise their hand or 15 pound to lower their hand. At any time, if the moderator wishes to take questions or address those raised hands, 61 pound will unmute all participants with raised hands. There is a tone played to both the moderator and the participant when a participant raises their hand. 62 pound will turn off that sound coming to the moderator. Moderator can also collect votes. 54 pound opens a voting round. Then each participant can press 55 pound, including the moderator, to cast a vote. They'll enter a number followed by the pound sign. Then 55 pound can be pressed again to enter additional votes. 56 pound is used by the moderator to close the voting round. Once the 56 pound has been pressed, no additional votes are collected. The system allows progressive dial out. This allows a moderator to place an outbound call, then join them into the conference or return to the conference without that person. 31 pound begins the process. It takes the moderator into a side room where they will hear dial tone. They dial the phone number, then the system will dial that number. If the far side answers and is available to join the conference, the moderator will use 32 pound to rejoin the conference and bring the dial out line with them into the conference. If the person is not reached or is not able to join the conference, the moderator will drop that line and rejoin the conference using 33 pound. If at any time the misdials or wishes to return to dial tone, they can use *pound, which will take them back to dial tone unless they are at dial tone, in which case *pound will return them to the conference. The participant has a relatively limited set of DTMF commands available to him. A participant can use 11 pound to self-mute their line and 22 pound to self-unmute their line. A moderator can self-mute a participant, but a moderator cannot remove the self-mute from a participant. That must be removed by the participant themselves, either by raising their hand or pressing 22 pound. 14 pound is the command to raise a hand, 15 pound is the command to lower a hand, and 55 pound is the command used by participants to cast a vote. Most of the functions available through DTMF commands are also available through RealView. All of the administration commands have icons. All of the muting commands are also controlled by icons. There's an icon to toggle the recording start and stop. Hand raising has a visual indicator to show you which attendee has raised their hand. There is no display for voting. There is a loudest speaker voice activity indicator that is displayed in RealView that is very useful for determining the sources of echo or other background noise in the conference. And there's also the ability through RealView to transfer parties between conferences. This is the RealView portal. It is accessed under Conferences. You click on the RealView button and the RealView will open in a separate tab. It will list all of the conferences. You can expand to see more detail on the conferences. The B indicates that this line is both self-muted and moderator muted. So even if the moderator removes the muting, the self-mute applied by the attendee remains in place. If you want to mute the entire conference at once, you can click on this icon at the top. This icon beside it is the icon that controls recording. When it's an arrow, it's the start recording icon. When the recording is active, it is a square. This is the lock icon. Currently the conference is unlocked. Now it is locked, as shown by the closed padlock. Another click will unlock it. This icon will disconnect any attendee whose box has been checked on this side. You'll get a confirmation message, and then the person will be removed. The loudest speaker indicator is indicating that Jane Doe is injecting noise into the conference. To prevent this interruption, I can simply mute that line. If I want to transfer a person to another conference, I check that box and click the arrow on the destination conference. To transfer a person back, you simply select them and bring them back. This last icon has the same effect as a *0#. It ends the conference. Thank you for viewing Module 6 on the RGA Gateway Conference Solution video tutorial series, controlling conferences using RealView and DTMF controls.